Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm your brother Abu Abdissalam, speaking to you from the blessed city of Makkah, where we, just like many of you around the world, are going through a lockdown. In fact, there's a 24/7 curfew here in Makkah because of, trying to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. And I'm bored again, so I decided that I'm gonna cook some roast chicken, tandoori chicken. So let's just get cracking, shall we?
هي الذكرى تسامرني تغني.
So here we have 2 packs of yogurt, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this yogurt inside this bowl. Let's get a spoon for that. Okay, now this is probably good enough for 2 days worth for one family, right? So you can eat this twice for a family of maybe 6 to 8 people. So I'm just gonna mix it. I've got some yogurt on my shirt, and the next thing that I want to do, I'm gonna get some, so I'm cheating with this tandoori masala. You can pick up any powder tandoori masala from any local store. And I'm going to use, basically you want 1 packet per pot of yogurt. I'm just going to put this in there. Let's just mix it a little bit so it doesn't go flying. So that's 2 packs of tandoori masala powder. We're going to put some ginger and garlic paste, like 1 spoon of that. A little bit, not too much, a little bit of turmeric. Some healthy reasons. A teeny bit of salt, because most likely the tandoori masala's already got some salt in. Now I like it really spicy, so I'm literally just going to chuck a whole load of chili in here. This is red chili powder. Okay, and that's pretty much it in terms of extra ingredients. So what we're doing with the yogurt, we're making a paste that we can marinate the chicken in. Now really, in an ideal situation, you want to marinate this like for a few hours, or you want to keep it in the fridge even overnight. The longer you marinate it for, obviously the better. Now bear in mind, if you do taste this, when you actually put the chicken in, it's not going to be as hot as this masala that you're making, or this paste that you're making, because obviously this masala is going to spread. So the actual chicken is not going to be this hot, so you want to make it slightly hotter. That is actually really nice and hot for me. So I've got some chicken here, and this has been washed courtesy of my wife. So this has been washed, it's been cut. It was already cut actually, we bought cut chicken pieces. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some gloves on, because this particular paste is it's like a dye. It's just going to stain your hands. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this entire paste inside this bucket with chicken in it. It does color your hands and anything it touches. Now you got to make sure that it marinates really well. Now in an ideal situation, as I said, you want to marinate this for a few hours at least, if not for even overnight is really good. So I've prepared a tray with some foil on it. Just put a little bit of oil at the bottom of the tray, and you're just going to basically lay the chicken on the tray. Now, as I said, it would have been better if we had this marinated overnight. We don't, so we're going to have to make do with what we have. What I've done is I've actually made enough for 2 days. So what I'm going to do with this batch, I'm just going to put it in the fridge, and then tomorrow we can cook it so it will be fresh and it's been marinated for 24 hours. Okay, now I have a knife. What I'm going to do is just cut inside, make a few cuts inside each of these pieces, foil, and cover this entire tray in foil, and this helps it cook really well. What we're going to do next is take an oven glove, be very, very careful, and put this inside the oven. Obviously I've preheated this oven. Okay, I've already preheated it, and actually I've got some vegetables in there. You could just cut up a bunch of veg in there, put a bit of olive oil on the tray, and you know, potatoes, carrots, whatever you've got, and keep them in there. Now the vegetables will probably take about 2 hours, whereas the chicken will take about 1 hour. Now I've got it on approximately 200 degrees, and I'm going to leave it in there for approximately 1 hour. However, I'm going to check about 45 minutes later just to see how it's doing, and at that point what we might do is take off the foil in order to dry it up a little bit. Okay, so it's been about half an hour, 30 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the oven. Now you have to be very careful, so I'm wearing an oven glove, and I'm going to take this out and remove the foil. Okay, now you got to be very careful. It is extremely hot, obviously. And there, what we're going to do now, we're going to let it cook for another 15 minutes or so, maybe longer, and we've taken the foil off. Now, what we need to do, before it was about 200 degrees, we're going to reduce it all the way to about 150 degrees now. And we'll cook it for another 15 minutes, have a quick look. If it's not, then, you know, we'll wait a bit longer as well.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's been another 20 minutes. I'm going to go to the oven, just get my glove on. And what I want to do is make sure that the chicken is done. So I'm going to first of all bring a knife to a hot. Okay, so you can see here that the chicken is pretty much done. It's a little bit wet, but you can see it's nice and tender inside. What I'm going to do, just for a couple of minutes, I'm going to turn these over. I'm just going to turn these over and let it cook a bit on this side. It's done. I mean, you can serve it like this, but this kind of just makes it slightly nicer, just to make it a bit dry. Some people prefer it wet. Personally, I prefer it a little bit dry. So I'm just going to cook it. Let's move some of this sauce away. I'm just going to cook it for just probably about 5 minutes or so. So you can see here it's much more dry. We're going to take it out. You have to be very careful. Put that here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is just simply lift it up and turn them over again. Gotta be careful about this. Okay, so we also prepared some vegetables, and we're going to take these out now as well. Let's turn off the oven. Be very careful, it's obviously very hot. Just going to put these out here. You can see they're just simply roast potatoes chopped up. Put some seasoning on them, potatoes, carrots, onions, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic. Now this obviously takes a lot longer to cook, so we put this in about an hour before the chicken itself, or 45 minutes before the chicken. And so we're ready to serve it.